Today's passage is taken from Luke chapter 5, verses 1 through 11, and I'd like to read verse 8 and the end of verse 10. Verse 8, When Simon Peter saw this, he fell at Jesus' knees and said, "Go away from me, Lord, I am a sinful man." And the end of verse 10. Then Jesus said to Simon, "Don't be afraid, from now on you will catch men." In selecting his 12 disciples, Jesus saw that Simon was a perfect candidate to catch men. Simon was willing to turn the only thing he had, his fishing business, into a service for Christ. Simon had been fishing all night long, and they hadn't caught anything. Impossibility was staring him in the face. But he still took the boat out into the water and trusted that God would do the rest. By doing this, he recognized his own sinfulness and that Jesus was the sole reason for the miracle. In humility and self-denial, Simon forsook everything. He gave up his fishing business and everything else so that he could follow Christ. We see the result of this transformed man in Acts when Peter exclaims loudly to the beggar, "Silver and gold I do not have, but what I have I give to you." This confidence he received from the Holy Spirit enabled Peter to tell the whole world, to witness boldly and shamelessly that Jesus is Lord. Today, let's contemplate and reflect on our own lives and think about how we feel about this journey. We may not want to go. We may not want to give up things that are hindering us from going. We may feel like Peter and think that there are so many things in our lives, so many different sins that God can never forgive. We may even worry about the risk of rejection or the threat of persecution when we try and actually witness to others about Christ. We may even start witnessing and not see the fruit of our labor. But we should stop worrying about these things, leave our past behind, and trust that God can use even the most ordinary people for His glory. Peter had to learn an entire new way of life, and so will we. Peter made a ton of mistakes, and so will we. Peter had to learn to boldly confess that Jesus is Lord, and so will we. The question today becomes, are we willing to follow through with what God has called us to do?